Many of you may have heard of a Michelin-starred restaurant, and it's often associated with fancy, white-gloved waiters and elegant plates of tiny bites. But do you know the fascinating history behind the Michelin Guide? Today on Culinary Curiosities, we'll take a deep dive into the origins, the prestigious 3-star system, and the captivating stories that make the Michelin Guide an icon in the culinary world. Let's get started! So what exactly is the Michelin star? It's more than just a fancy label. The Michelin Guide is one of the primary makers of culinary excellence, particularly in Europe and North America. But where did it come from, and why does it seem to be hosted by the bubbly Michelin man who also sells tires? The Michelin Guide was actually created in France by that same Michelin tire company in order to encourage buyers to drive further afield, subsequently wearing out their tires to bump up the market for replacements. It all began in 1900 when the company published their first guidebook to help French motorists find good places to eat while traveling. In addition to maps and tips for car maintenance, little did they know that it would revolutionize the culinary world. Michelin Guide's current 3-star system was introduced in 1931. The famously mysterious anonymous Michelin inspectors dine at all sorts of restaurants and take into account 5 universal criteria: the quality of the ingredients, the harmony of flavors, the mastery of techniques, the personality of the chef as expressed through their cuisine, and consistency both across the entire menu and over time. According to their website, 1 Michelin star is awarded to restaurants using top quality ingredients, where dishes with distinct flavors are prepared to a consistently high demand. 2 Michelin stars are awarded when the personality and talent of the chef are evident in their expertly crafted dishes. Their food is refined and inspired. 3 Michelin stars is their highest award, given for the superlative cooking of chefs at the peak of their profession. Their cooking is elevated to an art form, and some of their dishes are destined to become classics. Now, you might be wondering, how does a chef earn a Michelin star? Although you'll find that people refer to chefs as Michelin-starred, a chef is technically not awarded the star themselves. A star is awarded to a restaurant and associated with the head chef who creates the menu and dishes. Then they can be referred to as Michelin-starred, but the credit should also be shared with their whole team. This is how chefs can technically have many stars if they have multiple restaurants that have been awarded. Contrary to popular belief, a restaurant doesn't have to be fine dining to earn a Michelin star. The Michelin Guide celebrates culinary excellence across various categories, including street food stalls, neighborhood bistros, and family-run establishments. It's all about the exceptional quality of the food, regardless of the dining style or setting. The Michelin Guide has a rich history of firsts that have shaped the culinary world. Let's celebrate some remarkable milestones. In 1929, Elise Blanc became the first woman to be a head chef at a Michelin-starred restaurant. She took the helm at Mère Blanc, or the White Mother, part of Mère Lyonnaise, a group of exceptional female chefs in Lyon, France. Their commitment to preserving traditional Lyonnaise cuisine made them culinary legends and battled the male-dominated scene that prevails even today. They served home-style, hearty meals at a reasonable price, bringing excellent traditional dining to everyday diners. The first Michelin stars outside of Europe were awarded to restaurants in New York City in 2005, marking a global expansion on the Guide's influence. It was a momentous step towards recognizing culinary excellence worldwide. After reviewing 507 restaurants, they awarded 3 stars to Alain Ducasse at the Essex House, Jean-Georges, Le Bernardin, and Per Se, the top ranking. 4 restaurants received 2 stars: Daniel, Massa, Boulet, and Danube. That same year, London had only 34 restaurants with stars, 3 less than in New York, and the one and only Gordon Ramsay with 3 stars. The Michelin Guide's impact reached even further when it introduced stars in Asia and Latin America. In 2007, Tokyo became the first Asian city to receive its own Michelin Guide, unveiling the region's vibrant culinary scene. In Thailand, Michelin awarded the first star to a street food stall called J5. This casual spot, known for its crab omelet, is run by the epically begoggled 75-year-old John Suta. And in 2015, Michelin unveiled its first guide for Latin America, honoring especially Brazil's Alex Atala, a former DJ whose groundbreaking DOM restaurant became the country's first and only recipient of 2 Michelin stars. Finally, let's honor a true legend in the Michelin Hall of Fame, Joël Robuchon. With a long and illustrious career shaping contemporary French dining, Robuchon's influence was undeniable. He accumulated an astounding 31 Michelin stars across his empire of over 20 restaurants worldwide, the most stars awarded under one chef. His dedication to culinary perfection and innovation made him an iconic figure in the gastronomic world. Let's uncover some fun facts about the legend. At 14 years old, he discovered his passion for cooking not from his grandmother, but from the nuns at the convent where he was studying to be a priest. In his illustrious 30-year journey through top restaurants, his most jaw-dropping moment came when he launched a plate in the direction of a fiery and formidable young chef he was training, none other than the legendary Gordon Ramsay. With his working-class background, Robuchon favored simple dishes, and also cooked them in a way that avoided mixing too many flavors at once. His meals were always served in generous, hearty portions as well, unlike the current fashion of small plates in high-end restaurants. One of Robuchon's most famous dishes was simple indeed. Can you guess? It's mashed potatoes. The luxurious and legendary dish was made with a 1-to-1 ratio of potatoes to butter. We would be amiss to not relay some of the most memorable dishes known to Michelin-starred restaurants. Full of poetry, storytelling, and science, they show us that food can be more than we ever imagined. Gaghan, the paradigm-shifting Indian restaurant in Bangkok, was featured with 2 stars in the first Michelin list in Thailand. One dish looks similar to a traditional Scandinavian cookie called rosettes, where a flower-shaped iron is dipped into batter, then fried, resulting in a beautiful flower design. This one, however, is made with goat brain. Gaghananand's most signature dish, however, was using India's mother sauce, as he called it, yogurt. An ingredient used in everything from desserts, drinks, dishes, and dips. He knew that if he can make a modern moment with yogurt, his dish could signify a total change in how the world thought about Indian food and its capacities to fit into fine dining and an ever-changing world. He created Yogurt Explosion, a beautiful white sphere that, when put into your mouth, explodes with all the familiar flavors of yogurt. It created a whole new way of thinking about Indian food beyond chicken tikka masala. Gaghananand was primarily inspired by another Michelin star awarded restaurant, this one in Spain. From the 1990s, El Bulli began serving avant-garde food and were at the forefront of molecular gastronomy, showing the world how inspired chefs, when armed with science, could transform the shapes, textures, and forms of classic dishes into surprising multi-sensory experiences. The process Anand used to create his yogurt explosion, called spherification, was invented and perfected by El Bulli, which is most iconically served in a caviar dish. When the guest lifted the lid of the tin, bright orange pearls, identical to those of fish eggs, were garnished oddly by melon seeds, giving a clue to what lay inside. The fish eggs were, in fact, 100% cantaloupe, exploding into a juicy surprise. El Bulli also presented a famous dish full of contrast, a spiny sea urchin shell, silky uni inside, topped with the light as air but earthly white bean foam, the first ever culinary foam recorded. Taking it into even higher atmospheres is Chicago's only Michelin-starred restaurant, Alinea. Have you ever smelled something from your youth that brought you right back to the feeling of that moment? Alinea tried to capture that same emotional trigger in their dinners. Thinking about how to use aroma even more as a seasoning in their dishes, waiters would bring a dish to the table on what looked like an ordinary small pillow. As the diner pressed down on the plate to cut their food, aroma would slowly release from the pillow that was filled with vaporized smells and encased in a perforated plastic pillow. Alinea are famous for their surprises, and that was not ignored by the Michelin inspectors, making them the only establishment in Chicago to receive 3 stars. From its humble beginnings to its global prominence, the captivating history of the Michelin Guide has truly impacted what it means to be a great dining establishment. It's a testament to the passion and creativity of chefs, the artistry of cuisine, and the joy of culinary exploration. So let's continue to embrace the wonders of gastronomy and celebrate the culinary curiosities that enrich our lives. If you love this video, be sure to check out our video on the most expensive restaurants in the world. So until next time, stay curious and bon appetit!